Hello dear lab assistants, I'm Ajigara and I'm an electrical and electronics engineering student studying at Phys101 University. This is the video I'm filming for my Physics 101 class. The aim of my experiment was to see if there would be a difference on the friction force if I swapped the surfaces of the object and the inclined plane. Theoretically, there shouldn't be one because of the formula you can see on the screen right now. Okay, now we can move on to the required equipment. Firstly, two identical cubes were constructed and they were covered with different surface types, more specifically low and high friction surface types. Then we used an inclined plane and sandpaper and low friction paper to cover the inclined plane for the two different experiments. And lastly, I used a measure to find out the length of the inclined plane. We can now move on to the actual footage from the experiment. This is the 60 degrees inclination angle and this cube is covered with sandpaper. I didn't include all the inclination angles of this experiment because none of them moved, they all just sticked. And this is the only experiment I was able to get the cube slide down and measure the acceleration and the kinetic friction force of the cube. This is also a 60-degree angle, but this time the inclined plane was covered with sandpaper and the cube was covered with low friction paper, and the cube did not move, so it didn't give the expected results, but that's okay, that's why we do experiments, I guess. So this experiment failed to give the expected results. The first cube was able to move freely, slide down the incline, whereas the second cube did not move at all in the sandpaper covered incline, so we were unable to measure the kinetic friction force of the second system. This can be due to many of the measurement errors that I made, but mainly the unfit grid type of sandpaper chosen for this experiment, the abrasion of the sandpaper due to repeated experimenting, the inclines not being the exact same for the two experiments, and etc. So yeah, thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you for my Physics 102 experiment.